So when did I first become an entrepreneur? I would have to say that it was in middle school. It was in sixth grade. I started by selling chips and candy at school during class, during break periods. We'd have like 5 minutes, and in those 5 minutes, I'd probably sell like $20 worth of candy. But that's how I started. That was my first entrepreneur. That was my first business per se. So how old am I now? I'm 24. My life is a little crazy. I'm 24. I have 4 kids. My wife is also 20. Well, she just turned 25. She's been my rock for all this time. I mean, she's my first and my last. And yeah, my 4 kids. My first one came straight out of high school when I was 18 years old. And after that one, I got into a bunch of network marketing, which definitely developed my skill set. But then I had my second child, which was my girl. My first one was my boy. He's 6 now. Then I have my girl. She's about to turn 4. She's about to turn 5 in April. So then at 21, I have my second one, and I'm freaking out because I don't know what to do. And then I get into the insurance industry, and that's when my life slowly started to change. So some of the challenges I would say are, or have been, one, time with the family. That's number 1 challenge, and 2 is getting the balance of this, because there's no instruction manual on how to build the perfect company. You have to do it through trial and error. So that's been the toughest part. And the challenge, always a challenge for me, since I look at it as a challenge. Some people don't, but in particular, it's as a 24-year-old, it's sometimes really hard to tell somebody to take their $300,000 and put them in an account just because you're telling them that's the right thing to do. Some people look at it, it's an experience thing, and I've been in this for 5 years now, but that's the number 1 challenge that I would say, me personally. But as a leader, as a group, with the agents and the agency, as long as we stay together and as long as we keep, our problems within the agency, we always solve them. There's always going to be problems and challenges, but the most important part is to go through them and not to give up. What has business showed me? To be honest with you, it's always showing me every single day. When I wake up in the morning, the biggest thing to do is to make sure that I'm motivating my team, to keep everybody motivated. That's always one of the biggest things. The business needs to keep growing. You're always going to need people. And as a business, you always have to interact with others, make sure that everyone's feeling as good as you are. That's usually one of the hardest things to do, because we all are humans and we all need that occasional motivation. Even myself, sometimes it's like the stock market, we go up and down. But in the end, as an entrepreneur, as the business owner, you make it happen. So college. So me and college have like a funny relationship. I would say, yeah, I did go to college. I went to Miami-Dade College. It was definitely different for me. I straight out of high school, I had my first kid. I had my wife was taking care of him. She was going to college, and so was I. We barely spent any time together, so that was one of the barriers. After 2 years, though, I decided that I was going to jump straight into business and actually get hands-on. And since I did that, getting that basic knowledge that I did learn in college, thanks to Miami-Dade, I was able to, along with experience, go ahead and move forward little by little, year by year. And eventually, after you keep building, after you keep stacking up these bricks, you have that house, you have that business, you have that structure. So after a while, yeah, I did go to college, gave me the foundation and some of the know-how to how to operate the business, but eventually experience is what's mainly going to teach you. So that's what mainly counts, in my opinion. But yes, I did go to college for 2 years. So how many agents do I have right now? I would say in total, it's a little bit over 100 agents. Within that number 100, I would say it's 100 or 120. Within that number, I would say that there is about 20 agencies. And what we personally do and what I personally love to do is help those agents build that agency, help those agents get to that next level. And help them make their first $100,000. You know, once you start making that first $100,000, you get to that six figures. It's life changing. Some people have never done that in their life before. So once you get them, you get them to that first 100K, it's just exponential from there, and then the growth just keeps going because you got that experience, you got that training, and that person now has that confidence that they have that first 1099 that says more than $100,000. They're super excited, so that way it keeps on growing. You keep helping them build a team. It's really important to always have a team as a leader. And if you want to really build that agency, you have to make sure you have those leader qualities, because if you don't, you're going to either have to learn them or you're going to have to get a lot of mentors. It's really important to have that mentors. Number one thing, have a mentor. Be coachable, really important. So me personally, when did I make my first 100K? My first 100K was in my second year. That was when I was 21. It was actually the first year with the agency. And from there, I was just, once you make that 100K, like I said, it's not about you anymore. Once you have that agency, you have to help those other agents and those other agencies grow their business. To us, to Comfort Insurance, that's what it's mainly about. That's what we focus on, to keep that agent growing. Maybe that first year, let me tell you that the first year for everyone is always the same. I started with 15 clients. All I made was like $2,000 the whole year. If I would have given up that first year, I wouldn't be where I am now. So it's really important not to compare your chapter 1 with someone else's chapter 55. Super important. You gotta stay laser focused. But the main goal that Comfort Insurance tries to do is try to get their agents to that 100K level. Once you reach that 100K, you just keep growing from there. Start showing them how to be that leader, how to build that team, how to pass that knowledge. It's really important to be duplicatable. You have to make sure to multiply yourself. It's really important. So individual goals, I would say that the individual goal for this year is to help 10 more agents reach that 100K level. And then every year we have that growth going on. But now the agents that did make that 100K, we're trying to help them get to either their own franchise, because with Comfort Insurance, you can go ahead and purchase your own franchise, or you can go ahead and build your own agency. Maybe you don't want that franchise structure. Maybe you don't want what we have already established. Maybe you want to do your own thing. We can help you do that, and we give you the steps and the tools to get there. So that's something that we ourselves like to put out there, because there's not many people that do that, not many people that give you that secret to get to that next level. And we recognize that we can't do it alone. So that's why we help others, and that's how we keep growing. So as a company, what we're trying to do is grow franchises. This year we had 2 franchises open. We're super stoked about that. Next year we're trying to get 3. For the moment, we have now up and running, we have 3 franchises. So by 2020, we're trying to get to 10. But yeah, those are the company goals. When do I plan to retire? So I thought I wanted to retire by 30, but I like this so much that I think I'm going to throw another 10 years into it. And I think I might retire at 40. I already have my retirement plan set up, but it's really important just to get started. Whenever it is, just get started as soon as you can. But yeah, me personally, I plan to retire 40, 45 the latest. But I want to build something really solid, something where not only my life changed, but the lives of hundreds of others have changed. And that's what we honor ourselves doing. Because yeah, we do insurance and finances, but we're changing lives. We're helping families. Imagine someone coming from another country, or imagine someone growing up in poverty, just as like I did, growing up and not knowing about these tools and financial vehicles that are available to get out of that cycle. Because to be honest with you, our cycle is always going to repeat itself. it's up to us to change it. So that's what we do. That's what I like doing, and that's why I think that's why I'm trying to stretch this retirement thing that I was talking about. I don't think I'm going to end up retiring at 30, because I want to change so many more lives before doing so. We're always looking for that potential that is looking to grow their own business, that has had their own business, but don't know what to do with the economy now. Let me tell you that the insurance business is recession-proof. The economy has been doing great for the past couple of years. We do know that history repeats itself. When it's going to be the next recession, we don't know. Might be soon, might not. But this business is recession-proof. So one of the things that I like about it is that, and the biggest fact is that we stay changing lives. We change lives every single day, whether it's the clients or whether it's the agents. Lives are changing regardless.